participants and a guided reading book. The guided reading of Master Cheng Yan's diary of each week. So this is like from China. And Sister Lin Mingling is sharing the doctor, the Taichung Tzu Hospital. And this is the presentation from Sister Xue Yu, sharing the great compassion that can eliminate the suffering. And the lectures from Da'ai TV station, the broadcast. This is the translation team from Kaohsiung. It's a very precious picture showing Master Cheng Yan teachers how to comb our hair. This is the teamwork. So we appreciate each other and we encourage each other. And no matter where you are welcome. And we are so grateful that you will be part of the study group. So everyone stand up. So let's make 3 bows to Master Cheng Yan. First bow, second bow, and third bows. So let's chant the following together. Pass on the Dharma religion with a sincerity piety. Unwavering promote the Tzu Chi spirit, cherishing affinity with Tzu Chi, and the infinite meaning sutra of Jing Si Dharma essence. So let's raise our right hand and make a vow to Master Cheng Yan. Take action, go, 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 go. Just do it, just do it. Listen to the Dharma teaching so we can be more diligently. So let's make a heart-shaped gesture. So let's get closer to Master Cheng Yan's expectation. Now please be seated. So read Master Cheng Yan's diary respectfully. Connect our hearts with Master's affinities. And our headquarters gave us 6 words to pass on the Dharma essence and foster talents continuously. So now let's read it together. And let's wave our hands and say hello, everyone. And pass on the Dharma essence, recruit the talents, and be part of online study group. So hello, everyone. And we have a common names. Master Cheng Yan said, we are all enlightened Dharma transmitters, and we are the Dharma deliverers. So we should pass on the Dharma teaching diligently. And no matter where we are the ideal talents of Master Cheng Yan with the following personality. So be humble and self-esteem and cultivate with virtue. Love unselfishly and be equal to others. And open-minded and maintain good manners. Work harmoniously with others. And focus on big principles, not the trifles. With lesser characters, we will become qualified followers. And the master will be released, feel at least. So put our hands in front of our heart and say, Master Cheng Yan, please be released. We will be your ideal disciples. And then look at the feedback of Master Cheng Yan. She gave us her thumbs up and say, you are great. So our progress of guided reading on Dharma, on Master Cheng Yan's is April 1, is January, is February 1st to February 6th. So keep talking about Tzu Chi spirit, listen to Dharma teachings mindfully, believe we have the potential, diligently maintain our initial aspirations. So this is our goal on the study group. Master Cheng Yan said that Tzu Chi was established in Taiwan. If we are still misunderstood by the Taiwanese people, it's not because we didn't do enough. It's because we didn't talk about it enough. We used to let it go after we had done something. Now we needed to seize every chance to share good things with others, so that the Dharma will be spread easily. So it's very important to talk about the Tzu Chi. So we needed to work hard. So let's go study. Study is so interesting. This is the first week of October. So this week is Kaohsiung translation team will provide a translation for us. So give them big hands. We are so grateful. They are in the other room, but at the same Jingsi Hall. The strength of the teamwork is from the individual. So earlier you have taken a look at the recap of the September, and the video that we just showed you, it was just finished last night. So now this is the positive feedback and the effect from last week. So if you have a cell phone on hand, please give us any comments, and the comments will really encourage us. So last week we received 168 message and passed over to resharing for 57 times. And participants from China gave us the most comments. So thank you very much for all the feedback. And this is the feedback on the teamwork. Like the volunteer in Chongqing, he gave us the feedback and saying that because last week was the one day before the Moon Autumn Festival, so he feel very grateful. And we have a volunteer, we have the participant comment from Japan. And the sister Tzu Qing saying that many volunteers in China, they admire that we are on the study group. And even they are on the way to pay the visit to the care recipient. They were trying to get a connection. And Sister Xue Yi was the one presented the Dharma, presented the guided reading on the Master Cheng Yan's diary. And Sister Tzu Qian from Malaysia, and we also have the positive feedback on her sharing. The children's performance on the sutra of perform gratitude on parents was really amazing. And this is the positive feedback on the ITV anchors. And they all admire Sister Sixuan's sharing. And this is the feedback on Sister Fu Hua from Chongqing, China. And the volunteers in China, you are so great, especially during this flood, relief disaster. You all provide relief work to the victims in the flood disaster is great. And this is the feedback on the Dr. Qiu Guoliang. And some of them give us a catching phrase immediately after Dr. Qiu Guoliang's sharing. So this is amazing. And this is the feedback on the Kaohsiung Dawson team. And we sharing the picture of the Kaohsiung Jing's Hall. And if you have time, you're welcome to come to visit us. And this is the comments from Malaysia. So thank you to Michael, to Huixiang. And this is the message from Canada. And Sister Bella. And this is the message left from American. And we even have the message from Japan. And volunteers in China, in Taiwan. Let's give a big hand to the participant in China. We even have the message from Thailand, and this is the feedback on the YouTube. And the message from Singapore. F sister， 他就上一次我一直在找那个吕思萱的，这里发现的。Sister Lu is very professional and compassionate in her job, confronting the victim and family. So courageous and brave in providing accurate news coverage. 他就说他呢非常专业，并且呢非常的慈悲。So a positive feedback on the Dharma TV anchor Sister Si Xuan's sharing last week, because she not only report the events, she also paying loving and caring to the victims deeply. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone's comments. It's very encouraging. And there was participants give us a message like every Wednesday they won't mix the study group. Reliving the suffering of those indeed. 邱医师的一个分享，让我们感觉大爱无国界，而且呢，透过去给最需要的人解除那样的一个痛苦。And Dr. Qiu Guoliang's sharing is remarkable. And at the same time, we also have some assets created by our lectures that we invited to the study group. Like teacher Kaohsiung Tzu. He was here a couple of weeks ago. And teacher Kaohsiung Tzu gave us lectures on the Dharma. And at the same time, we also received the assets created by the Sister Si Xuan. Actually, she interviewed the study group 4 years ago. And in the past 4 years, she learned so much. And she hold her initial exploration. And this is the asset created by our lecturer, Sister Xiuling, and the principal Chen.
哇，我们的大陆的家人真的非常让我们感动哈。其实从云南的杨慧也，
And we have so many assets created by the volunteers in China. He said that I always get online on the study group with my mother, who is 75 years old, because there were so many positive energies. And he had experience in Taiwan during the Moon Autumn Festival to join the team at once. And we have a sister Jingling from Peking. Let's give her a big hand. Because 3 years ago, 3 years ago, because someone sharing that they did not control the diet, so caused a cancer. And because of the sharing, she learned something, and ever since she had controlled the diet. 80% full and save 20% to help others. And there's another volunteer, Zhang Jun. And we also have the feedback from Xi'an and Xihong sisters. They wouldn't miss the study online group every week. Let's give them give hands. Because we are pressed for the time, so I couldn't read every feedback. Like brother Yu Jianlong, he invited friends around him to join the online study group. Even after the study online group, he looked at the video and he still spread the positive energies. So next is the section that the guiding reading on the Master Zheng Yan's diary.
So let's welcome our brother Dai Qingsen. Master Zheng Yan and Dharma masters and all the family members from all over the world. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to share So we're going to share the footprints of Master Zheng Yan in this year, 2020, the spring version. We all know that during the Lunar Chinese New Year, we need to get rid of the old and take hold of the new. And we all know that during the Lunar Chinese New festivals, spring festivals, we need to be very mindful. The first thing and the most important thing is to activate epidemic prevention measures against COVID-19. So at that moment, during the new lunar Chinese New Year, we have to protect everyone's health. We need to put on the face mask and take everyone's temperature and serving anti-epidemic tea. The anti-epidemic tea is made from the Hualien Tzu hospital, and also the bed we increase the bunch. Here is the oolong tea, roselle tea, and this year there was one special kind of tea made of 7 kinds of herbs. It's called anti-epidemic tea. So we washed some kinds of herbs and soaked them before boiling them. These 7 kinds of herbs are chameleon plant, chrysanthemum and reed, rhizome, perilla leaf, balloon flower root, dwarf lily turf root tuber, and licorice. The formula was provided by the Department of Chinese Medicine in Hualien Tzu Medical Center and boiled in Jingsi bowl. You have to follow the order and control the boiling time. Since the herbs had to be boiled for at least 1 hour, it had increased the Dharma masters and volunteers' burden. However, to protect everyone who returned home for the Lunar Spring festivals is the most important thing. During the Lunar Chinese New Year, the dishes are very special. So the Dharma masters and the volunteers provide 4 colors of sticky rice and also 5 kinds of dishes. Hope everyone can feel blessings and wisdom to be completed. So all the families from all over the world to have the New Year's dinner. There are more than 2,000 fellow cultivators join in the New Year's dinner. After finish the dinner, there is a big thing to wash the dishes. So usually there are only about 400 plates or bowls to be washed, but during the Chinese Lunar New Year, there were over 2,000 plates and bowls need to be washed. So usually during the Lunar New Year, there are over 2,000 plates need to be washed. The Dharma Master said that when we washed, we need to save the water, but also need to not to be polluted the water. So we cherish the food. And also there are 5 steps during the washing area. Why should we save the water? The first step, we need to put them into the hot water and get rid of the oil. And then the second step is we washed in the water. And then the third step is also clean water. And then the last step is the most clean water, and to prove that, to guarantee it all be cleaned. So we need to care a lot in hygiene and sanitation. So we provide serving utensils and personal reusable containers and tablewares. And also, we cherish food. We use scrubbers to clean food residue on the plates and before washing them, so that then we can conserve water. Dharma masters were very meticulous about washing dishes. So there are, and also it is very hard to clean all 2,000 plates for one meal, but also make to wash them very clean. So also there are, you can feel a lot Dharma spirits during the Lunar Chinese New Year. Okay, so the first part is in the Great Hall. It's our spiritual home. And the second part is the Barge of Mercy ferries all the miserable people to the world of bliss. We can salvage through the charity to others. And the third is to renew the Tzu past history. And then fourth is Larry's Pine Path. And the fifth part is the poetry workshop. And then the sixth part is the small wooden hut. And also, you can feel a lot humanity during the Lunar Chinese New Year. It's not go to Jingsi abode, but come back to our home to feel the Chinese Lunar New Year. And we will make dumplings to serve all the people. Coming back to the Jingsi abode, and also serve the dishes during the New Year's dinner, and to have everyone feel that it's a really big family. So there are every volunteer come. We all welcome brothers and sisters from abroad. Every volunteer did their duties with gratefulness when they returned to Jingsi abode. We all welcome brothers and sisters from abroad with joyfulness. It looked like a small thing, but actually, the volunteers would have take big responsibilities. During Lunar Chinese New Year festival, everything was interlocking in Jingsi abode. You can feel atmosphere of Lunar Chinese New Year, sense the Dharma spirits, and touched by the warm hospitality everywhere. Everyone harmoniously cooperate with each other on delegated job. They wish everyone can feel the peace and harmony. So come back home for the Lunar Chinese New Year. It attracts everyone because we have the great atmosphere of Lunar Chinese New Year, the sense of Dharma spirits, and also warm hospitalities. Wish everyone can remember Dharma Master's teaching that we can get rid of the old habits and taking the Dharma to the heart and be diligent and make much progress day by day. You know that during the Chinese Lunar New Year, it's the Master Jains share or being in the present with all the families all over the world. This is the pictures from Indonesia. So we want to invite you to see the pictures of the hospitals in Tzu in Indonesia. It's very beautiful. We are very thankful that the families from Indonesia, they spread the spirits of Tzu in Indonesia and being the model of our commissioners. And also the brothers and sisters who come back to the Jingsi abode. The Master Zhenyan told them that you need to stabilize the society and bring out everyone's love. And last year there was an earthquake that everyone just come and spread their love to help the people who are suffer from the earthquake very quickly. We also can see the brothers Zhen. He took the pictures of the Jingsi hospital, the Tzu hospital in Indonesia. Masters Zhenyan said that the most important thing is that we need to make every staff and volunteers in the hospital in Tzu in Indonesia, it can be with one heart, with harmony. So let's give them a big applause to thank them. So we are going to.
Now this is the time that we're going to call out. When we talk about the memoir, okay, the subtitle is calling that the rich in the poverty. So the rice piggy bank. So we have to, this is a teacher, Su Jingguo. He said that the rice we donate, the rice we save is going to donate to the people in need. It's not for ourselves. So when we save the rice, we give them our best blessing. The affinity between Tzu and the memoir is because of the flood disaster in 2008. And Master Zhenyan always appreciate the Tzu volunteers' work in memoir. And teacher Su Jingguo is a translator. And because his translation, so we can recruit so many local volunteers. And this is in Myanmar. This is the city of Yangon under the law of curfew, and the 7 residents in this area, they are all grounded. So many blue-collar workers, they lost their job, and their difficulty, they are facing the difficulty. I'm very grateful for Tzuji's help. Otherwise, I have to take out the loan from the bank to buy the grocery.
，OK， 你看，在这样子的一个状况之下，失业了。那但是慈济人永远在。我们来看一看哈，那也看一下。
So many people they lost their job during the COVID-19 pandemic.
林金兰师姐，她今天也在线上哦。
Many visitors they lost their job, so they are waiting for the rice. With this rice, at least they have something to eat. So we pick up the rice bag. However, not every village is open for us to visit. Sister Jingnan is on the line too. So let's wave our hands to Sister Jingnan. And we hopefully we can talk to you. So not every village is welcome for us to visit. The chief of the village. So we communicate to the chief of the village and ask the chief to promote vegetarian diet for us. We maintain the social distance. In addition, when during the pandemic, this is the young Tzu Chi volunteer. Even we making the face shield, we attach the little piece of aphorism. And the Jing's aphorism was saying that with kind of intention, you will get a blessing. With a great work, you will get great energy. So 5,000 pieces of a face shield is going to send to the central hospital, as well as the other hospitals. So we finish and complete the test within 4 days. So let's take another video. They have a culture. It's like chewing betel nuts. Chewing betel nuts is the culture in Myanmar for years. But volunteers, after they listen to Master Zheng Yan's teaching, they quit the chewing betel nuts, like this one. They chewing for 40 years. Like this lady, she is brother Wu Sanding's wife. She been chewing betel nuts for 30 years, and now she decided she make up her mind to quit the chewing betel nuts. So on the video, he said that buying betel nuts is like buying the illness. So quitting betel nuts is the best gift to Master Zheng Yan. So change the habit, change the life, and raise our value of our life. So get rid of the bad habit and cultivate ourselves. So teacher Su Jingguo is very important in Myanmar. He is the translator, so he has a problem to get online on time because he had to translate the Dharma teaching every day. Teacher Su Jingguo has a good habit is better than good faith. Teacher Su Jingguo, he not only he has a good faith, good life, but also has a good habit. So now we would like to invite teacher Su Jingguo. We're gonna get online with teacher Su Jingguo. We already received many feedback and comments on YouTube. So later on, I will read every message. So let's say I'd like to stay with you because you have positive energy. Okay, teacher Su Jingguo,
好，苏老师，请说。
you
您说。
you may start talking. The topic is from a grain of the rice with the essence of sun and the moon to one handful rice in Bodhisattva's hands. So respectful Master Zhen Yan, all the Tzu Chi volunteers in the world. Today, I would like to share the topic is a grain of the rice with essence of a sun and moon to a handful rice in Bodhisattva's hand. This is 2008, the cyclone devastated Myanmar. And this how we connect infinity with the Ji. If the granary Myanmar is one of the biggest granary in the world. And Master Zhen Yan say that we would like to give our best blessing and expectation with sincerity and gratitude. So we call the seed as blessing seed. And hopefully the farmers will plant the seed. Will plant the seed generation on generation. Provide aid relief locally and internationally. And when we provide aid distribution, we always attach the Jingsi aphorism on the right back, such as speak good word, think good thoughts, and do the good deed. So they learn Master Zhen Yan's teaching, and then learn the spirit of the coin bank. So in Myanmar, they don't have a coin. So coin bank in this country is not really appropriate. So instead, they use COVID-19 pandemic. We provide aid relief. I will never forget to share Tzu Chi's good story. And I will talk to them about the coin bank. The villagers, and they are very grateful. I also promote vegetarian diet. Everyone raised their hand and they would like to follow. So every time at night, it's the tradition that before they will go to bed, they have to pray. So I always ask them, when you made a good wish to the ancestors, do you mention like the animals and when you do the worship, you shouldn't have like the livestock. So let's become a vegetarian. So everyone knocked the head with a smiling. It appears their purified mind. So it's just because of the Jingsi aphorism can touch the farmers. To follow, because they don't speak Mandarin, Mandarin, they learn Master Cheng Yen's teaching, like speak good word, think good thoughts, and do the good thing. This change their life. This is my main sharing of my. Although they couldn't understand what Master Cheng Yen's teaching, but Jing's everything is really helpful. So I appreciate Master Cheng Yen's teaching. So we have to talk about, and we have to be a vegetarian. So very creative, very grateful. So teacher Su Jing Guo, please turn off your screen so we can see your big face. So we are holding the book. This book is called The Love from Myanmar.
怎么会是我的画面呢？导播啊？对，那个麻烦苏老师，请你把简报收掉，然后您才可以大大的出现。
So teacher Su Jingguo, please turn off your presentation. Turn off your slide, so we can see your face.
苏老师，你试试看哦，我们要等你的画面大大的出现哈。好，那等你哦，你不要离开。那我同时讲，现在画面上看到的就是这一本稻田香，其实是来自缅甸我们的。
So the video is showing the book. It's from Myanmar. And Sister Mingzi. So everyone today, everyone in the bookstore, we have the story about the love in Myanmar. We are very grateful. We are looking forward through this book, and more people can be inspired because there are so many touching stories in this book. So our dear teacher, Su Jingguo, I understand you've been trying very hard, but we still couldn't see you. It's okay. So, teacher Su Jingguo, why in Myanmar everyone they put like a white cream on the face? What is it? So teacher Su.
有听到吗？有听到哈，有。哎，这个涂在脸上的叫做黄香恋木的树皮。它有什么用途？把这个树皮拿来磨，跟水一起磨好再涂在脸上。它可以防暑，也可以保护皮肤。防暑哦，所谓的防防中暑。不是老鼠啊，防晒，防晒，因为我们在夏天啊，一般人他们可以整身涂好啊，就感到很凉爽。我也涂过，非常凉爽。哦，防晒又可以保护皮肤。哦，了解了。那我们终于在线上，就有很多人都以为问我就知道，我哪知道啊？你看。非常感恩老师，好，谢谢老师。虽然没办法今天看到了他的整个大大的脸，然后出现让我们认识的更清楚哈，所以这表示还有第二次机会哈。非常感恩老师。那我们同时回到直播这边，好，老师您可以下线休息了哈，也跟着我们。好，这边呢我们的名字，我们给老师掌声，谢谢。然后。缅甸的敏字呢，就送我们的书，他就说：“老师，你要关掉你的声音哦，要不然你那边的声音，我们主场都会听到你在说悄悄话哈。”老师，哎，出现了，老师。
Teacher Su Jingguo, please turn off your voice. Oh, okay. Now we can see your face.
我们主场跟挥手，然后拿起你们的书，跟他一直
Okay, let's raise our hand with the book, and we make the wave. Teacher Su Jingguo. Because of the rule of a stay home, we all stay at home. And because of teacher Su Jingguo give us a translation so that we can follow the Master Zheng Yan's Dharma teaching. And we have the feedback already from Japan. And we're looking forward one day we can come back to Hualien to join the new year. This is the feedback from YouTube. Yeah, today is our Kaohsiung translation team to provide interpretation.
Is our role model. We need to emulate Leo diligence. 对我们看到了，就是印尼这样的慈济医院的时候，会觉得哇，真的是太漂亮，而且它真的是我们的粉丝哈。然后三林就说，想到缅甸，联想到米。So
when we look at the video, we realize we learned the beautiful hospital in Indonesia. Sister Jingnan in Myanmar, she devoted herself to Tzu Chi and do so many good deeds. It's very touching. And she is a good ideal disciple Master Zheng Yan. Let's give them big hands. Okay, now this is the section that we're going to invite our lecture from Tzu Chi Hospital.
This time we welcome Dr. Luo from Tzu Chi Hualien Hospital. And she said that my name is Su Yun, your name is Mei Yun, our name looks like sisters. And she wear the clothes from Dharma Technology. And we'll welcome this couple from Tzu Chi Hospital. And do you attend the morning assembly from broadcast from Hualien? Have you seen this video on Dharma TV? Last year, I have the vaccine of cold. And this is, we broadcast. Oh, in Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, we take care of senior citizens. And before we take the vaccine, we need to sleep well. Compare the people with people receive the vaccine who sleep well, the effect of the vaccine would work better, so much better than people who do not sleep well. And before you sleep, before you get a vaccine shots, you need to sleep well. And even after you have a vaccine, you still need to sleep well. And you need to drink enough water, and you need to sleep well. I always enjoy his sharing in the morning assembly for at Hualien. The Dr. Luo from this is the news from Dai TV in February. In our medical staff assembled in the Jinsi Hall to discuss how we do the preventive support for the pandemic. This is in February. And why Dr. Luo can offer so much medical service and at the front line. this is the award from the government. Hualien is the only evacuation center. They have already do the 800 cases of screening, pandemic screening. And they take care of the patient day and night. We need to wear the preventive gown, and for a long time after we take care of the preventive gown, it will sweat all over the place, all over our body. And let's give our big hand to this frontline medical staff. Take day and night tirelessly taking care of the patient. And this video is to show that the medical team from Malaysia, they came to Hualien Tzu Hospital to learn the silent mentor. And the experience of Tzu silent mentor, who take care, who treat the body with respect after the. And when the society is aging, we need to support each other and support the senior citizen with medical service so that they could age with dignity. And let's give big hands of our documentation team. And this is a recap. And this is a recap of this online study group. And now we broadcast simultaneously online. And in the medical technology advanced rapidly, so we need to continuously learning. And 6 parameters. If we could learn 2 languages, we could slow down the aging in our physically. And let's welcome Dr. Luo. And we need to invite both of them come up together. And let's take a look at this video. Sister Luo is coming next week. I'm very grateful to Master Zhen Yan. I used to need to take sleeping pill. I pretend that I was calm and I was not afraid of SARS. I sobbed and cried at night. They gave me 2 devices that I could listen to the prayers from Tzu Chi, and I could listen to the Dharma teachings from Master Zhen Yan. And so I could fall asleep. I don't have to take sleeping pill anymore. SARS is very scary. So during the outbreak of SARS, we could see that their doctors and his wife, they're in tears because every time they recall the experience of the battling with the SARS at the front line, it was very difficult and very nervous. Even the medical staff, they are very afraid that they could not offer the the proper care to the patients who were infected, and they also under a lot of pressure physically. After he retired, Master Zheng Yan, see, the doctor was very emotional right now, and he after he retired, Master Zheng Yan asked him whether he could come to Hualien Tzu Hospital. I'm very grateful. The SARS outbreak, and he shared his the experience PowerPoint with me about the battling with the SARS. So it takes a lot of time for the pandemic or the epidemic to slow down the outbreak. And following the Dr. Luo to come back. So the battling with the SARS is very memorable. So it's really hard for them to forget the experience and the support from Dharma messaging and city volunteers. Dear Dharma Master Zheng and dear city family from the all over the world, I'm very grateful. I want to share with you, if you sleep well, you will age slowly. And the cheapest way of keeping you young is to take vegetarian diet. And there a lot of people say that it is in this world there's something that is hard for you to cooperate or to manage. Why do we need sleep? Why? There are so many reasons that we need to sleep well. There are too much to explain. There are so many reasons that we need to, and so many benefits that we could gain from sleeping well. These are the slides for sleep protect against the common cold. Let's take a look at this slide and take a look at the horizontal okay, it's if you sleep well, you would have this opportunity to get common cold. You would be in your immunity system will be stronger, and this is the summertime. And there's Taiwan used to have a summertime zone, and there are 24% of population they have heart attack in March. And autumn, there are 21% of 21% of population they have heart attack in autumn. So there's only 1 hour difference, but it would affect our physical health so much. So, so the unhealthy sleep causes the unhealthy heart. And let's take a look at this nature killer. The red one is the cancer cell, and the blue cells, they are the natural killer cells. And if the natural killer cells, they kill the cells that are not belong to our body system. If you usually sleep 8 hours, but you only sleep 4 hours one night, just one night, your natural killer cell will reduce 70%. That's how much impact sleep would cause in our physical body. So it takes only one night. These battle cells, natural killer cells, will kill these cancer cells and kills the cells they do not belong to our body. The natural killer cells will reduce 70% if you only sleep 4 hours. The recommendation is to sleep 8 hours per night. This is a domino effect. I just mentioned that let's take a look at this domino effect of the sleeping problem. If there's a problem in the plumbing system in your home, and if the plumbing system is leaking, then there's water over your home. This is the problem of if you do not sleep well. It's caused a domino effect in your physical health. The chaotic routine. This slide is about the sleeping problem types. The first one is chaotic routine, that your biology clock is not does not run routinely and regularly. And when the second one is that you sleep not at the proper time, and the third one is you keep alert not at the proper time. And I have this the picture of the credit card. What do I want to explain to you is that and anybody who would sleep more during the holidays, and we cannot borrow, and we cannot borrow sleep from anyone or anytime. And let's take a look at it. And our circadian rhythm is it's a little more than 24 hours. And our circadian system rhythm will be regulated by the sunlight. And when the sunlight coming into our shine into our pineal gland, and there's and we need to be humble. We need to work according to the sun. We need to be humble to the nature. And we wake up before the 8 o'clock, we adjust our physical body according to the sun. And we need to take a good breakfast. This is the good breakfast grain. There's carbohydrate, and it's very easy to digest, and vegetable, and also nuts and fruit. And we need to take in the stable food. This is made by my wife. The PowerPoint. And the Japanese people, they have a special way of taking breakfast. Actually, we need to take we need to the melatonin. If we could go to sleep at the proper time, we could stimulate more melatonin, so that the melatonin would help us to stimulate our immunity system. And also, if we go to bed we sleep tight between 11 o'clock to the 2 o'clock in the morning. During this period of time, we could our growth hormone would be stimulated. And all of us, we have the cell phone. And even before we go to sleep, we always think that I could reply one more message, and it wouldn't take too much time, but that's not the truth. Every time after we reply one message, we reply another one, and it takes a long time, and it affects our routine of sleep. And the blue rate would affect the secretion of our melatonin. And also the LED and a lot of lights that we use in our house, it emits blue ray. And if you want to read books, it's okay, but do not see the computer screen before you go to sleep. And some people have the digital hangover effect. And I used to, before I come to Tzu, I used to have the alcohol hangover, but now that we people with digital device, we have the digital hangover effect. If you read books on iPad, and this study is about you read book on iPad or e-book on iPad, and if you read the physical book, and if you read ebook on iPad, the melatonin hormone would reduce 50%. So that studies that reveals that the importance of that the impact of the electronic device, the big impact on our physical health. Before we go to sleep, we need to shut down our digital device on our computer, so that we would secrete the melatonin proper amount. And we need to emphasize. Ladies, you are very value your beauty, so you need to I need to emphasize on this. Beauty sleep is very important for our physical body. the 11 o'clock at night, you need to go to bed and wake up about 7 a.m. And some people, they don't have to sleep very a lot. They have special gene. It's very rare. Most of us, most of the population, most of people, we need to sleep at least about 8 hours a night. There's a hormone blunting effect. If one person sleep less than 5 hours a day, if you don't sleep well, you would age 10 to 15 years older. So that's how much the impact of the sleep on our physical body. 10 to 15 years aging faster if you don't sleep well. I always try to explain the medical the medical knowledge using simple words. And cosmetics does not work better than sleep. And the senior citizens, they are 65 years old, and they still need to sleep 7 to 8 hours every night, still, or 7 to 9 hours per night. We need to sleep well and sleep enough time. 7 to 9 hours per night. We need to sleep. I'm telling the truth. Listen to me. Regularity is the king. We need sleep is not a bank. You cannot borrow sleep. You need to regulate the time of sleep. And your body need to be tired enough for you to go to fall asleep well. Sleep equals to detox. I don't know how why our ancient ancestors, they are so wise. They already know that we need to go to bed before by 11 p.m. Under there's secretion in our brain that during the nighttime where we sleep, it will keep our brain healthy. And our brain cell, they will shrink. And while we are asleep, our brain cell will shrink smaller so that we could clean up the environment in our brain. If we sleep well, sleep tight, and our brain cell will shrink smaller, so that cleaning system will be stimulated and will work better in our brain. And if we do not sleep well, we do not sleep tight, there's toxic would created in our brain, and it's hard for us the cleaning system to clean up. The limbs. And the cleaning system in our brain is about the endocrine. the endocrine, the endocrine is the key that need to get in contact with the receptor in our brain, and the receptor would be generated enough receptor to accept the endocrine in our brain if you sleep well and sleep with enough hours. Do we taking nap would help? Does taking nap help? And we don't sleep well for 3 months. Can you be energetic? I don't think so. Some people, they take a nap during the daytime. Would that help? If you don't sleep well at night, yes, it would help. Please remember, we could take a nap, but we need to take a nap regularly. And this powerful nap is really very powerful, that it could save the impact on our physical body if we don't sleep well at night. I wake up early in the morning because I wanted to listen to Master Cheng Yen's Dharma teachings at 5:20 a.m. So I would take, so I don't sleep enough hours during the night, but in the afternoon I would take a nap for about 30 minutes to re-energize, revitalize my body. That's very essential. And also exercise is very important. Taking stairs up is very important. Taking stairs is a very easy exercise for everyone. Don't try not to take elevators. And doing the volunteer work is also a very good exercise for us. And this is Liu Zhenghe, Brother Liu Zhenghe. He is a volunteer, and he's over 80 years old. And he used to be very fatigued. He couldn't even drink water. And now, after he's become a city recycling volunteer, he had a smile on his face, and he walked energetically by doing recycling. And a lot of senior citizens, they take a nap during the daytime. They fell asleep very easily during the daytime, and their physical body are not tired enough. And so that's why, and during the nighttime, their body is not tired enough. Their bodies are not tired enough, so they could not fall asleep. And every time if my patient come to see me, they have the problem of sleeping, insomnia, I would ask their family to come with these patients who have insomnia, because I want to know what problems these patients have encountered in their life. Some people worry about their health. Some people worry about the problem in their family members. Some people worry about the financial problem in the family. So we need to learn how to forget and forgive. If we are nervous, our sympathetic system will overreact. If a car, we want our car to function properly, we need to do the maintenance regularly. We cannot step on the acceleration all the time. We need to step off and allow the car to slow down. This is Mandela, president from South Africa.
And while Mandela was the president and he was put in jail for over 20 years, for many times, and he told the janitor there that I was treated like a good food, and so I was not revenged, and I tried to translate what Mandela said, and he says that when I walk out of jail, but I can't just leave the grief and the pain behind, then it means that I was still in jail. And actually, we sometimes need to forgive people, and more importantly, because if you forgive others, it means that you evaporate yourself and that your level is getting higher. And some teachers says that they have students saying that okay, I won't forgive you within 3 lives, but I say that you have to forgive them in 3 seconds, not in 3 lives. So please forget about the bad things. And how about good things? Sorry, you don't remember them too well. But if someone really treats you very nicely, and do you have to always remember them? Well, no. Okay. Actually, when people just do something good, sometimes they will do something bad to you. So, okay, if you're angry and you do the comparison between good and bad, for example, when you are saying hello to somebody, but she just can't just reply to you, saying something, and so no matter good or bad things, just forget about them. So remember the 3 emptiness, so forget about them. So you have to let go when you just step forward. Just let it go when you step forward. If you don't do this, you will just a zombie there, just as I show you here. Think about it. What Master Zheng Yin says is kind of simple. It is a Dharma. No matter good things or bad things, you just always keep them in mind. And oh my God, this is just like a zombie. Let me tell you, Lunar July it is already gone. Okay, so let go. Just let go of everything, good or bad. All right. Maybe others don't know, but you always keep them in mind. This is not good. So treat yourself well. And I like my students' attitude that she really forget about the school works, okay, before her family book was signed. And she said to me, okay, she said to her daughter that your mom is off. So okay, it means that I'm ready to let go of everything. So if the child wanted me to sign up for anything from school, and you have to do it by yourself, and I won't just I won't just push you to do that, okay, because I want to be off. My example shows that you have to treat you very well, so you will get the balance of a sympathetic of the sympathetic overreaction won't just occur. So if your environment allows that you have to know that you have to sleep in a separate bed, because if you sleep together, then your sleep will be influenced. And there's one more situation that happens to Taiwanese people, that people snore, especially Taiwanese people. And if you snore, it doesn't mean that you sleep well. It means that your breath may stop when you sleep. So go to the doctor. And if you go to the doctor because of the snoring, then you have to wear the ventilator like this. Okay, so if you suffer from insomnia and go to the doctor and find out the reasons. Maybe because you have some certain pains in your body, so you really have to just treat it. Okay, and don't just complain and don't just sigh there. And sigh means that you complain about something. Let me tell you, useless. Well, and we have a low power laser irradiation which helps your nerve and then which helps your nerve system to sleep well. And maybe your body balance is not so good, so you don't sleep well. And with this technology, maybe you will sleep well. And for the third part, I want to say that doctors really, go to different symptoms and they prescribe different medicine. Raise your hand if you take sleeping pills. Sorry, I'm wrong. I should not have asked this. And let me tell you this, 1 out of 5 Taiwanese people take sleeping pills. So it means that you are not, honest enough. Sorry, I'm just joking. We really have a hard life, but do we have to take a sleeping pill? And well, people says it's harmful. And should we take it? Okay, so we have to take this prescription with less side effects. Another example is that do we have to wear glasses? And if I do or if I don't, then you have to know that which part you have to take it. Okay, so let's go back to the sleeping pill. When you should take it, you take it. When you don't, when you shouldn't, you don't. Okay. All right, so if you don't have to take a sleeping pill, for example, you don't have to take it very much or frequently, then take less. Don't treat the sleeping pills as monsters or frauds, right? Okay, they are your friends sometimes, and you just use it when you need it. Well, this is the attitude, the right attitude towards sleeping pills. And maybe people don't like sleeping pills. It's just like the old types of sleeping pills. They are just like a keys, right? And they have a lot of effects like you have calm you down. They are anti-epilepsy, and they have like a muscle relaxation, and they help your memory. And I think you know a lot of stories about a sleeping pill. And if you take sleeping pills, then I often jokes, my patients say that if you take sleeping pill and you scold your husband and you hit your children and time just go by. Okay. Well, why? Why does sleeping pill work? It is because of the percentage inside the medicine. If the percentage, okay, is not high enough for you in a sleeping pill, maybe it won't help you go sleep. So when you really want to sleep, just take it. Remember this. You don't just take the sleeping pill and wait to sleep. This is wrong. And do you drink a coffee? Well, I just did this. If you should drink it, you drink it. Well, so what function does coffee have? Well, when you are tired, in the coffee will take a place that will boost your energy. Well, but coffee has is a half life like this period of like 6 hours, and if if you take the coffee like 12 hours before you sleep, and for example you take it like 10 in the morning, of course it influences you until the afternoon, right? Another issue is that okay, we have decaffeinated drinks and we have non-caffeinated drinks. Well, if we talk about high caffeine, maybe it takes like 15%, right? That high. Well, if you take drinks like that, maybe they won't help you sleep. They affect your sleep. And for example, like we have like some drinks like this in Taiwan, and you don't think that they are decaffeinated. They have caffeine in them. So I suggest that you drink coffee in the morning and you drink our black tea in the afternoon. Okay. For example, we sell the black tea bags in our jeans bookstore, so it is good for you, right? And next, I like to tell you that you really have to maintain good habits of sleeping every morning. Number one, wake up regularly and then do exercise before evening. It means that when you light up that turn the lights up, you go to before this you go to sleep, right? Okay, and you do some aerobics before you sleep, and go to bed regularly, and keep silent and keep dark in your bedroom. And what shouldn't you do? Number one, don't drink caffeinated drinks in the afternoon. And I just said that if you have a lot of caffeine in body, then how can you sleep? And number two, don't drink alcohol after evening. And alcohol, help you activate your brain work. Therefore, you dare say anything, you dare do anything. Well, so alcohol help you, just faint, not sleep. And if you exercise in the 3 hours before sleep, it is wrong too, okay? And don't smoke before sleep either. And let me tell you, smoking is always bad, especially before you sleep. And if you do something just before, okay, you sleep, and you do anything, aside of sleep on bed, it is bad. For example, don't read on the bed. Well, if you're used to it, then you will never get to sleep. And when you sleep, you have to go to bed on time when you are tired enough and when you are relaxed enough. So remember, let go of everything when you step up. Okay. So spilled milk, you can pick up the spilled milk, right? Okay. So don't tell me that you can just, make up the sleep on holidays. It's impossible. So please, Shooting CJ come up here. And well, after your lecture, I really feel that I really have a lot to improve. For example, me, if I suffer from insomnia and dementia, and it's impossible, because my brain always works. But I think I fail to have enough sleep. And about what are you talking about? Sleeping pill. Now I have a good sleep quality, but within the half year after I lie on my bed, I couldn't fall asleep very well, and I regularly take a sleeping pill on Tuesday night, only this day. Because I must sleep well, so I can stand right here in a good condition on Wednesday morning. So I take sleeping pill whenever I should. So after listening to your lecture presentation, I think I really have to do something to rearrange my sleep, and then I will just improve myself. Okay, I have a lot to improve because I've got a lot of things to handle. So can you just can you just give me your PPT like earlier next time? So actually, online study group, for this, and I really have a lot of things to handle and a lot of problems to deal with. Right? Okay. So why do we have to learn two languages so we can delay our dementia? And we've got response in English right here, and some people just say here, and if you sleep well, and you don't go aged really soon because you have a lot of immunity. Okay, if you sleep much and sleep well. And thank you for the Nepal's on the internet, and we have friends from Malaysia saying that Dr. Luo and Vice Superintendent Luo is right, and I should have a beauty sleep, right? Okay, actually yes, and Shijing, I really have to also sleep well. I'm just like you there. Well, and you also say that cosmetic is no better than sleeping well. Well, it sounds like friends online really listen up really carefully, right? Okay. So what does Vice Superintendent say just now? He says that if you have a good sleep and you go aging slower, no cosmetics is better than sleeping well, but never sleep too much, please. And the Master Zheng Yan doesn't want us to sleep too much. Okay, so don't sleep too much, but sleep enough. Okay. So read, the message by yourself. Oh, come on, you are the vice superintendent. You tell me that your English is not good. Now you're lying. So no matter when you are anti-SARS or COVID-19, and we are tasked as a frontline medical staff. And teacher Su Jingbo, you really have a lot of positive feedbacks.
Nice to see you on screen. Indeed, cherish the translation to enable me to understand inspiring stories from 缅甸语耶。玉梅，你也会缅甸语的？
Oh yeah, you have a language from member and through the translation, so we can understand also their languages, right? Because we have some volunteers also have the experience to stay in member. So thank you very much, and please give us your positive feedback there. And yeah, and during the Chinese New Year, we are so looking forward to going back to the abode and enjoy the Lunar New Year and enjoy the hospitality there. And as Mr. Zheng just said yesterday, and I just want to make sure that whether Mr. Zheng wanna have the tour over Taiwan, and Mr. Zheng says that she really has a lot of access to do because she wants to go to every disciples, and she misses her disciples very well, especially the recycling volunteers, because her time is limited. So Mr. Zheng wanna cherish her time and go to her disciples. And she really listens to what the Vice Superintendent Luo says. Sleeping well, you stop aging. So we have so much to do. So take too much time sleeping, but sleep enough. So from today on, I will just go to bed by 11. Is it possible? No, I don't think it's possible. Right? They have a lot of volunteers all over the world. So well, I will do my best. So thank you so much, Superintendent, Vice Superintendent Luo. Thank you very much. And let me tell you this, okay? And we have a lot of good volunteers from Hualien, and we have a lot of good presentations here, and they are really good people. So Vice President Luo, and you will be here next year. All right. So actually, I don't invite you, but your hospital did. Okay. So let's go to Canada for the catchy phrase.
Okay, this is the catching phrase from Canada. Sister Liang Jin, she is our principal of the Tzu Chi School in Canada. We feel grateful. And this is the catching phrase created by Sister Rui Xin in Beijing. Using great compassion and wisdom can eliminate the suffering. And Sister Tzu Qian hold the initial aspiration and practice Dharma teaching in daily life with love. Dai anchor Sister Tzu Xian devoted herself to Tzu Chi by promoting positive news to inspire people. And Sister Zhang Fuhua overcome the difficulties to deliver the care package to the victims caused by the flood. So we follow Master Zheng Yan's teaching, giving love unconditionally and spread great love. Now, this is the recap of last week from the American team. Sister Sui Jing. Great compassion can eliminate suffering from all beings is the topic of the guided reading on Master Zheng Yan's diary. In Malaysia, the children's performance on the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents is very touching. The TV anchor Shi not only reported the facts of the disaster, but also cares about the victims deeply. Sister Fu Fa in China shared the relief work of the flood disaster, and the Tzu Ji's volunteer always gave peace of mind. The activity team of the study group used the moon-related songs to celebrate Moon Autumn Festival. So Dr. Guo Liang from Taichung Tzu Ji Hospital shared the treatment of several non-cancer cases. Sisters from Kaohsiung Dawson team share how they took opportunities to inspire visitors' loving kindness. So let's give them a big hand. So the whole team of the Catching Fresh team, you are so great and you are so wonderful.
And as the positive feedbacks, and it shows that they are really wonderful, and as the PPT shows you, okay, and they really catch very good images from us. And so now let's welcome our volunteers, and let's have an exercise. So ladies and gentlemen, good day. So time for exercise, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a small world because our online study group brings us together.
是的，因为线上读书会的好姻缘，让我们可以欢喜在一起。接下来我们再一起来动一动哦，来这一首《欢喜在一起》，来，踏起你的脚步，跟我一起来，踏步踏步踏踏步，拍左拍右拍拍拍。 吸气，打开的时候嘴巴吐气，再2个吸气，打开嘴巴吐气，最后一个深深的鼻子吸，打开嘴巴吐气。活动组祝福大家健康活力旺，身体健康上盖赞。
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Please be seated.
请坐。
Thank you very much. And Michael, thank you online, and you are diligently studying online, and we have Guanxi from Canada, and you say that we have the wisdom, flower for wisdoms, and we can just learn the Buddha's teachings, and you really give us a feedback at the first time, and Victor in the North California, and we also have Tzu from Malaysia, and he enjoys the 3 hours on Wednesday morning, and we are always online. Okay, this is a message from North California, and we have Yu Yun from Malaysia saying hello to everybody, and we have Kaohsiung Jin's Ho and volunteers and say hello to everybody, and we have volunteers from Thailand, and a lot of volunteers also come here for the positive energies, and we also have a lot of feedbacks from Malaysia, and we have Jin Lan saying that I'm online. Okay, I know. Okay, and here we have a message here saying that I'm a fan of the Kaohsiung Online Study Group, and another message says I will bring my cell phone to the recycling station to watch it when I'm doing this. Okay, and one message also says that I'm from North California, but my heart is always with you. And we have a message from Tokyo, Japan, for Nataki that says, "Thank you very much." And it's very good to study together. And we have volunteer from Beijing saying that it's good to adopt a vegetarian diet, and it's great, right? Okay, and she says that 3 years ago she changes her mind after she listens to the presentation in our online study group, and like today that I have to improve my sleep. After superintendent Luo, and we have Liu Chunzhi from Changchun that says that again we are assembled in here online, and I really received a positive energy right there. And we also have Shelly from Canada, and she says joyfully she's online now. And she says 感恩 again, and this is a message from Nanjing, and they says they are the role models. You are the role models, and they are the volunteers that always give us the positive feedbacks there. And here, and we also have a lot of feedbacks online. And she says that we have a boat, and we have a masters from a boat, and they use scrappers and cherish the food and the water, and they are the role models here. And she says that every year I'm very, very excited to go back to the abode for the Lunar Chinese New Year, but unfortunately I couldn't this year. And as for the guided reading, and your guided reading part is also a very positive feedback, for a lot of friends online. And now, okay, let's go to the second part, and we have a TED Talk. Well, if you want to go on TED Talk, you have to be an important person, right? And this year, and 1 out of 5, lecturers, from TED will be here, and it is Chen Zhian, okay, site director, film director Chen Zhian. And here, and we also have one more, coming here, on TED Talk next time. Okay. And we have a director Zhian, and I want to ask whether she has been here before. Of course, yes, she did. And she came here because of Working Dharma, the documentary film last time. And this is for last time. Okay, and this is the part that we are, watching now. Wow, Working Dharma is a very good film. Okay, and we really, feel amazed that also to another person, and he is the actor Wang Jianfu. And And this is the video clip of Walking Dharma. Walking Dharma, recalls the true experience of the visitation of Tzu Chi volunteers. And Director Tian just want to show you how touched she feels through her documentation film. And I just want to show you this is a life attitude and lifestyle. And she also wrote a book, recording the documentation. Well, as general, this is a movie, but for us, the documentation volunteers, this is a very good material for education. It records, the great scenes and the beautiful scenes within the film. Because of Working Dharma, such a film, we can have the second affinity online group right here. And she was here last time, and today it is her second time. And we make a clip about her her history. So today you also see Wang Jianfu here. So here, and I played the role Dr. Yang Shibiao. So I really feel that we have to do something. When something is right, just do it. No matter how many lines that I have and how much I have to talk, in the play, then I insist on doing my best. And do you feel the role is suitable to you? And I feel that I like this role and I'm good on that. And yeah, he did a good job. And now let's recall our memory. And Director Chen is really professional here, and we really do a very good record right here. And my name is Chen Zhian, and I do the film, field job, and I was rewarded the Golden Bell Award, and now I have a book, right? And this book, do you own it? If you don't, you can go to all the bookstores and purchase it. This is a great book. And I signed for 140 copies here. And documentary films are the true stories of people's life. And I also have a documentation film for Gongshi. And I really receive a lot of positive feedbacks. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. This is very challenging. And within this documentation film, and we really have to think that through what angle, through what point of view do we have to just take the film, okay? And Tzu Chi volunteers are not sages. They are also human beings. And when they choose to do something, and they can just do it for 30 years consecutively. So I want to record this for them, and I learned something from them. That is that I have to truly face people's life, and I have to face the real people in my sincere heart. And I really want to absorb Mr. Zheng Yan's Dharma and her teachings and put them into my film and put them into my life. And I want you to just come over here and be guided. Thank you, Director Chen. And here, and you say this is really great to show up in our online study group, and thank you. And in the documentation film, and there's something that I'm confused. Well, that is for the last part of the film, why do we have the long take in the dark road? Well, we filmed this for many times, and the main purpose is that you have to calm yourself down. So I give you a long take. But why didn't I just give you the zealous, the blue skies, and the beautiful beach? I want to tell you that life is not as smooth as the beach. So, ladies and gentlemen, Chen Zian, director of Working Dharma, so great to stand with you again here. Okay. So the chocolate you gave me last time, and I think I already had them. And after you read this book, then you know that Director Chen loves chocolate very much. So Vice Superintendent Luo, next time then you will prepare coffee or black tea, just like Director enjoys chocolate here. So today, she brings us another new topic, and friends online, give me your feedbacks if you watched the Working Dharma before. And if you were touched after you watch the Working Dharma, what you should do is that you have to give her a big hand and stand up. It means that they have watched my film. Okay, so anybody that you didn't watch this, or you're confused what I'm doing here? I'm joking. So be seated. Documentation film is really something difficult to produce, right? And when I was, watching, the clip that we produced last time, okay, and I want you to review us something that we had last time. So let's welcome Ru Chang. Let's welcome Working Dharma Director. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And I want to thank you, Kaohsiung. And when Working Dharma was on, and it broke a very good record, and I was attached that I should have done well. And thank you, I did because of you, people from Kaohsiung. Thank you very much. And you really made Working Dharma a good hit last year. And today I want to thank you, teacher Mei Yun, for inviting me here. And although Kaohsiung is really far away from my home, I came here and I was, really, well, I was really ashamed to face, Vice Superintendent Luo because, I woke up by 3 this morning and I carried a lot of complaint and agony here today, and I was not good today. I came here and I heard doctors told me that what I should do to have a good sleep, and I heard Mr. Zheng Yan's slogan one more time. That is, when you go off and you have to just let go when you step forward. Well, I have known this, aphorism slogan for 18 years, but I just couldn't just make it myself. But today, I have to tell you that I just had left Thai TV for a while, and today I'm back. So I was just like a newborn baby here, learning something here. Thank you very much. And here, I'm going to talk about something totally different from Working Dharma. There's something good produced in documentation film, as like doctors really can see a lot of patients, and I can really learn a lot of topics through documentation film. Maybe I just know a little about them, but I can know a lot of interesting topics. And today I want to talk about the agricultures in Taiwan as a layman. Well, my topic today is layman about agriculture, architecture. Sorry, okay, layman about architecture in Taiwan. Well, I'm a storyteller because I make a living doing this. Okay, so this is the first thing that I have to know, storytelling. So I have been a storyteller for 26 years, and I was awarded very many times. And this time, well, I failed to get the Golden Bell Award, and so I was really sad. And well, okay. And because for such an award, I had to work a really long time until midnight, and I was nominated in 2010, 2014, 2015. Okay, but I was just nominated, but I never really get the award. Okay, and I just comfort myself that when I was nominated, it means that I was awarded. Right. Okay. And you know that I was too attached, right? Okay. Well, it is just an encouragement for myself. I really insist on my dream and doing something right. And if I was awarded, and yeah, it is good. But if no, it's fine. Okay. So let me tell you, documentation film are not, made up stories, right? And when you tell stories, and you always talk about the princess and prince that having happy life forever after. No, I'm not doing that. I tell you the stories, and I experience them through myself, and I experience them there, just right on the spot, right there. And last time, I told everybody that I had a documentation film, okay, for businessmen in China, and I had a lot of true experience that I had to really experience them right there. And this year, 2020, I also finished one documentation film, okay, about architecture, architecture, and why I told. Let me tell you this. Well, let's say architecturals and houses and residences, and you choose them because of the locations, right? And if we talk about okay, architecturals or residences, and they are the products for you to purchase, right? And you worry about, and you take care, you care about their values, right? Will go up or go down, and it is also identity. Okay, that shows your identity. Well, and you will meet a lot of people. Then they will, show you their, perspective about the values of the land, the values of houses, the values of architecturals, and see such architecture look just the same globally, right? And you can just see that all around the world. Well, and okay. Maybe we live inside the very similar type of house, and I think the style is the same as Taiwan, as New York, as Tokyo. It's nothing special. And we think function. Function is the first thing that you care about, right? Okay. And but if you live inside such mansions, I mean, architecturals, and you are designed, we say you are designed to live inside there because of all the functions. Well, when the architectures are just like merchandises for people to purchase, well, you don't care about the feelings that they may bring you. Okay. Well, I was asked that, okay, why I transformed myself to Tzu from the Taiwan Medical University, the Taiwan University, sorry. And I say, okay, I just love Tzu, okay. And the environment really, it is comfortable for me because it's just like the Dharma everywhere. And I think other people don't care about the environment, okay. Well, if you go to the balcony in Europe, and you will feel they are really romantic, and they have flowers, and they have good colors, and they have a lot of cultures there. And this is the balcony in Taiwan. Okay, take a look, right? Then really, then we have a lot of the barriers here, and we have a washing machine, of course, right here. I think this is about the idea of rooms, of spaces. We care about the function of the spaces, and we don't know that spaces will bring you different feelings, right? Well, I think I want to ask questions for people. My question is that if architectures are not merchandises, and what are they? And what is the relationship between architectures, okay, and the people? And let me tell you one story. 7 or 8 years ago, I went to Germany, in Berlin, and I went there with architectures and the professors there, and I saved so much money. And then I went to Germany, and the first stop that was that crematorium. A crematorium was the first stop that I went. But as I arrived at the crematorium, I didn't feel any fear. And the location was just solemnity and the tranquility there. This is what I feel. So the space, is just a Dharma that conveys you, the serenity. Okay, and the tranquility there, and it is okay. So we can see the light, up from the ceiling. And also, this is the, place for people to have a ceremony, and the coffin is just right in front, and it will be, descended to the crematorium. So this is the building that can bring people a very, very deep sorrow and the functional flexibility. It brings sorrow, but in a deep way. It means that your sorrow is not endless. And maybe we, experience different cultures, but this is what I see, and this is what I share you, and maybe we can learn from this. Well, you feel sorrow there, of course, but it is deep. And the function there is flexible. And this is a funeral homes in Taiwan. I think you should have the experience witnessing there. I just feel bad, when I want to put the pictures here. And you know that whenever I go to the funeral homes, and always, I don't have a good mood because I go there, of course, because some people pass away. I never feel the deep sorrow there because it is always noisy, and the building makes me uncomfortable there. And it is the place that you just keep a memory of the people who pass away. It is really different from the crematorium in Germany, right? Well, it is not about a good or bad. It is all about how you feel, in this environment. And this is a crematorium site again. And in the pictures, and do you see any dead bodies right there? This is what I worry about when I just put the pictures right here. But I finally decided that I wanted to show you this picture. And right here, and people just sent their dear family members away. But it is difficult that you can feel the evaporation between life and the death, right? And the buildings can do that, but I don't think that we sense it, right? Let's go back to Germany, and this is a spirituality that I just like people to feel. Yeah, this is a spirituality that people can just experience because they have the very special light and the very special materials that can guide your feelings. And now, what are the architectures that can make people think in Taiwan? Originally, I wanted to provide some eggplants that I grow as a gift for you today. But sorry, I was sleepless, last night, so I forgot. I'm sorry. I decided to bring you like 5 eggplants as a gift for you today, but so sorry, I just forgot. Maybe next time. Well, where is the building? Okay. This is the museum in Yilan. Okay. And who is the designer? Yes, and it is designed by Yao Renxi. Okay, and the location is in Yilan. If you want to have a location, if you want to have a building that can think, then what can we do? And if a building wanted to just express in a special relationship and special locations like Taiwan, then okay, so take a look at this. The location and the building is in Beito. Okay, so I owe you a gift. Okay, I'll give you next time. And this is a library in Beito. And actually, and finally, how do we have to express the specialty of Taiwan through architecture? And where is it? Let me tell you, this is in Taipei, and it is something to do with a performing group. Okay, and this is a Cloud Gate in Taipei. Actually, I just put a three special, buildings in Taiwan, and I just want you to think that how do we show our specialty of Taiwan through architectures? I think this is a compound of art performances. Okay, well, through video, through sound, it is okay to show our specialty, but architecture is also one thing. And this building is also in Yilan, and it is in Luodong. Okay, and this is the cultural factory in Luodong, Yilan, and architecturals can just reflect the different spirituality and ideas of a society and the development of a science and the technology, and it can just create in the good conventions, and we can just prolong our culture through the agricultures right here. And this is, the text that I try to show you. God dwelled as a very beautiful island, but we just destroyed it by building ugly buildings here. Within this era, and I think the most difficulty that we face is that every good thing just disappeared in the nature. And we just want to build agriculture that is like a mountain. And we have 4 architectures from Taiwan. When we face the capitalism and the globalization, and they want to ask, what do they want to ask? What do they want to pursue? Is the mindful architects. And this is a film that is, planning to be on TV this year. I like to share you the 2 architects, and one of them is Huang Shenyuan, and he never want to be a great architect, and he is really professional in Taiwan and internationally, and he really built, architectures, that has the specialty of Taiwan. And what is a great architecture? I think the presidential hall is a very great building, great architecture, right? And it is always there. And is this not a really good and great building? 101. But Huang Shiyuan doesn't do them. And he is really famous and well known internationally, but he always does something strange, right? Okay. And this is the bridge that he designed. And he wanted, cars and people and the passengers and be separated. And he just added one more like sidewalk here. And it makes, the bridge very special. And when you go to Yilan, don't forget about this, bridge. Well, when this bridge was just hung on there, and people start walking there and talk there and relax there, and agriculture's architecturals really affect the people's mind because of their precise designing there. And the owners are always people. The owners are not the government. So we must know what people need. Okay, so he goes to such cases, in accordance, with people's needs. And we go to Lanyang, girls' senior high school here, and we have really a lot of trees, and they are the autumn maple trees. And he goes to the principal and say, okay, only students can see all the autumn maple trees, and this is a pity. So please, let everybody just see all the trees, beautiful trees. And surprisingly, the principal agreed. And did you ever go to, the Yilan train station?
And the land before the train station is very precious, expensive, and people always build big buildings in front of the train station. And architectural one is very special. And he heard that that the land was the government was about to give out to the contractor to find out contractor. This so he built an arbor. And it's a market for during the weekend, and also for the farmer, for the organic farmer. And if this place becomes a big building, and there are only very few people they could conduct activities in this area. But if he the architectural one built this arbor that everyone could, so the general public could share this place together. So the government official wanted to build a place where that they could have the culture center, but the architectural one, he had this arbor, built up this arbor, and so this students, they could have the activity here. As senior citizen, they could do exercise here, and also there are flower arrangement, flower exhibitions in here, and people could sing here, dance here, and this space is shared by all the general public. And the husky sleigh competition. And at the end, I want to lead you to see from the viewpoint from architect one, and he has the ability to build magnificent big buildings. And the blossom, the cherry blossom garden. And in Iran, you can make a trip there. It's very, it's a very essential and very meaningful trip. And do you care that if you could see the star? And architecture one asked, do you care you can see the star? Do you care you can see the sky and the cloud? When there's a land that is not dissect, and it's belong to the general public. And if the birds and the eagles, they could come, and the seeds, they could grow in the land. This land is very is full of life. It's full of energy, and it's all of us, we have a house, and we're promoting vegetarian diet, and we wanted to, because we wanted to reduce the carbon footprint. And the carbon footprint from the architecture is about 30% of the total global architecture emission, the total carbon dioxide emission globally. So 30% of carbon dioxide emission are from the architecture. The mass population, the gather in the city, in the center of the city. So because we need to find job in the city, but the buildings they built very closely to each other. So we also need to cut down the trees in the cities. So take a look at the picture. The city looks like a desert. We destroy the ecosystem in the cities. There's no tree, just buildings. It looks like a desert. Is there an antidote of this desert that we created in the city? Jiang Wenyan, architect, architect Zhang Wenyuan,
在拍摄他的时候，
he
我觉得真的是修行了，就像
he
看到狗狗
proposed a
这样子
possibility
对，能够感觉到那
that
个，你知道你任何
we
企
could
业的背后
change
啊，你有一
we
颗
could
修
change
行的
the
心，对，
the
就
the
像你一样，对，你
circumstances
做
that
出来的
we
判
the
断，说出来的
desert that
话，
we
你要带领
create
大家
in
去
the
的方向
city.
都不一样。
And
他就
he
就给我这种
is
感觉，
the
是个
leading
修行人。
architect
然
that
后他的
they
他就
his
一直
view
在
and
想，
his
我们的建
use
筑把
his
我们的把
profession
城市
in
搞得像生态沙
architecture.
漠，到底有什么
He
解
wanted
方？
to
他去找灵感，
change
他去哪里找
and
灵
to
感？
provide
去骊山
antidote
找灵感。什
to
么叫骊
change
山？有
the
听过吗？骊山，
desert
念一下这个字。什么叫骊
circumstance
山？
and
骊
the
山是
city
人
that we
类开
create.
发区和原始高山之间的
The
那一段叫
inspiration
骊山。
from
对，
the
因为
sun.
有时候我们说啊，我们要去模仿高山的那种林相
We
生态，
want
那太
to.
遥不
We
可
always
及了，对，
wanted
对，
to
海拔，对
imitate
对。那但
the
是你知道吗？在高山
imitate
跟
the
都市中间
lifestyle
有一段叫
for
骊
the
山，哎，他去那
people
里找
for
灵
the
感，然
primitive
后试着想要
people
把他在
and the
骊山观察到的
lifestyle
那个生态的样
primitive
貌，有没有可
lifestyle
能
from the
摆
ancient
在我们的
times.
建筑里面？
And
但是你要
is it
想哦，
possible that we
我们
could
在城市里面买房子，
build
我们是在什
stream
么
and
平效啊？
creeks
盖
in
好盖满，有没有？
in the city
我们斤
in
斤计
the
较，然后公社
buildings
30趴骂的要死，这
and
样子，
but we
对
have
呀。 对，
in
但是这个
the
建
in
筑
the
师他就
cities
一直
it's
在思考
very
说，不行啊，
precious.
我们如果以
Each
这个为
land is
己，让我
very
们的人的
precious.
生活，它就
Each
永远是
space
这
is
个样
very
子。所以
precious,
他在他
very
的建筑里面，
expensive.
先第一个
So
他在那个人工地盘上，他先
people
让它有
the
流水。什么叫
proprietor
流
they
水？就是会
always
流动的，不是
consider
池塘，
the
不是水池
how
哦。有
much
时候
they
我们的
could
豪宅会有一些
gain
水池，
from
喷
the
喷那个什么
a space.
喷喷
So
泉，
how
对
could
对对，
we
那是死
persuade
水。
people?
他
How
也
could
不见得画面
architect
不见得，这
persuade
里画，对，
the
他在他
proprietor
的
to
建筑里面
build
让人工地盘有流水，
create a
那个水是
stream
会流动的。
there
然后那
a
在那个
running
流水里面开
stream
始有溪鱼啊，就是溪
and
里面
there's
的溪里面的鱼开始
this
出现。
fish
然后呢，
in the
他
creek
在竹北
and
盖了
on
大楼
in
叫若山，
Zhubei
对，然后
he,
他开始在
architect
高楼上种树，
built
其实是很。 其实是
uh,
很实
plant
验性的方
big
法这样子。
trees
然后
on
如
top
果
of
大
the
家有机会
buildings
看到那个若山，就是满满的一栋大楼，
and
全部四周围都满满的树，很神
and
奇。
we
大概
see
实验了
and
2-3
we
年，
see the
这个
big
建
buildings
筑
on
变成
top
叫
of
做
the
生物
buildings
跳
on the
岛。
roof of
什么
the
叫生物
building
跳岛？
they
如果
built
都市
they
在这里，
built
高山在这里，你觉得
a
高山
land
的
that they
生
could
生
grow
态生物有可
trees
能到城
and
市里面
it
吗？不
built
可能。我就问那个生态
ecosystems
调
on
查
top
专
of
家，
the
我说：“哎，
on
像你
top
隔壁那
of
种
the
大楼啊，没有
buildings
做这些的，你会调查到什么生物？”他说：“哦，有啊，蟑
and
螂。”
a lot of people
偶尔哦，你还找到老鼠。
the
对
biologists say
对，
that
但是你知
in
道
the
吗？当
usual
他在他的
buildings
建
that
筑里面
we
种
could
满了树，
we could only
然后
find the
在
species
在一
as
楼做了那样
cockroach
流动的水以后，
but the
非常多物种回
architect
来了。这边有看到哪一些？
he built
这里
an
看不清楚。
ecosystem on
蝴
top
蝶、
of the
青，对，这个叫
buildings
中国树场。
now the
对，
we
树
grow
对对，一个在城市的大楼里面
the
哦，竟然可以看
species
到这些。
biology
然
species
后
they
他在那
come
样子
back
的建案里
to
面，
the
想要
city. The
透过那个
city does
敬教
not
啊，
is
来
not
带
a
领我们
desert
都市
anymore.
人
And
去
the
思考。其实
environment
人
provides
真的有渴
an
望自然的
opportunity
天
for us
性，
to
我觉
come
得，就像我最
and
近不是跟大
provide
家说我
us
在
a
种菜嘛，
place
然后人家就说
for
啊，
us
那你是不是小
to
时候？我说没有。对，我家是公务员家庭，我从小在都市长
retrospect.
大，我对泥土一点感情都没有。
I mentioned that I
自从
started
我
to
租了一块
grow
地去种
plants.
菜以后，真
I
的是深深的对土地着迷。我觉得人有
I
天
now
性，人天
try
生
to
到大
grow.
自然里就会喜
I'm
悦，
learning
那个
how
东
to
西是埋
grow
在我们的基因里面的，真的。然后所以
vegetables.
张
And
文渊
I
先透过这样的概念，
this
在
is 张文渊
城市里面
architect 张文
创
渊。
造大自然，然后
It's our
然后他
human
开始做一
nature.
个
When
动
you
作叫
get
做
in
技术
touch
转移。
with
你
the
知道我在拍这
nature,
个案子的时
you
候
will
啊，
fall in
很
love
多人
with
在看的时候
nature
都
and
跟
it
我
will
说，都
transform
质
our
疑我说，
mind.
哎，你拍
And
的这
this
叫豪宅。
technology
我说好吧，
transformation
对。但
is
是我要跟大家
that
报告，像我
it's
个人啊，我拍完它以
transforming
后，
transforming
我
a
做了很多
building
生活上整理，但
into
我没有
a
住在豪宅，不好意
forest.
思，我买不起，我住在
This
眷村。
big
我住在
building
眷村那种
looks
3层
it
楼，
looks
然后我
green.
拍完它以后，我
You
就
can
会
see
在
the
我的
claims the exterior and facade of the buildings. This technology transformation is transforming the buildings and transforming our lifestyle. A building can teach us and take us, a green building can take us back to the nature, and our life can be take back to the nature And he is Zhang Wenyuan architect. Zhang Wenyuan is building a building, green buildings that was a natural ecosystem, and is not very expensive. It's an effort that he's offering to the general public. And well, we need to use our limbs. We need to use our not only thoughts. We need to take actions. And every action we take, we need to consider about the Mother Earth. And we do not blind ourselves with our greed. We need to consider that the carbon footprint that we emit, we create, how the carbon footprint would harm the species on the earth and harm the Mother Nature that provide resources for us to continue to our life on this Mother Earth. A magnificent building. A great building must begin with the unmeasurable and must go through the unmeasurable means when it is being designed in the end must be unmeasurable. A magnificent building can create a dimension that where it could supplement our dimension of our spirit, and it could create the environment that for us to be calm, and also our mind could get close to the nature, and so that I could regulate my routine of activities, and I could reduce the greed of buying things. When you live in harmoniously with nature, you will not want to spend too much. You will not waste because you do not want to waste the natural resource. You do not want to create harm to the Mother Nature. And I'm very grateful to come to Tzu Chi because Master Cheng Yen will give us the right direction, and we could follow the Master Cheng Yen's guidance that it is the correct path for all of us to follow, because Master Cheng Yen provide us a path that we could coexist with the Mother Nature. We could coexist with the animals, all kinds of species. Tzu Chi is a charitable organization. Although all of us volunteer, we are not perfect. But this organization provides a guidance where and the environment that could calm us down, and we do not accumulate our agony, and we could not accumulate our troubles. We come here, we clear our mind and be mindful in our daily activity. And buildings, architecture could provide us a place where we could calm our mind down, and we could promote the humanistic spirit. A great building must begin with the unmeasurable, but go through the measurable meanings when it is being designed. In the end, it must be unmeasurable. The dimension of spirit is immeasurable. It is not like anything that you can make. It's not like hours that you can measure in units. The spiritual dimension is immeasurable. Thank you, everyone.
您先在那边，我要想把简报回到那个影像地方，然后静音播放。那也请导播 take 的同时啊，就是也 take 导演跟我这边好。
OK，让他去感受一下，因为我觉得这样的短短的1分钟的一个影片，其实感受是很好的哈。所以有没有大家透过这样的一个分享，我们已经处在一个不同的向度里面了？哎，你真的声音很愉悦，你在那
Take a look at this
these
videos that we can see the buildings architect in the cities that with nature exhibition is just like an exhibition of the nature. These four architectures, they strive to bring the nature to Mother Nature into the city so that we don't live in the desert of the city. When I came, when director came, he said I have a lot of trouble in my mind, and by now I'm very grateful I had made this trip here because and the director said that she want to be able to do the online streaming. Very few people, they have the streaming online for over 3 hours. And we are amateur, but we spend a lot of time and effort. We strive to deliver Dharma and messages through online platform. So, although online, streaming online, we do not see each other, but we could make connection with the people online all over the world, and we could get connection. And you start to grow your own vegetable. You started to get connection with the nature, with the vegetable, and you have the communication with the Mother Nature. And she forgot to bring the gift. She wanted to. She said she wanted to bring vegetable next time, the vegetable that she grew on her own. She will next time when she comes to Kaohsiung, she will share with of the audience the vegetable that she grew on her own. And every sharing that we hear, well, I learned so much from her sharing. Although I'm not, I don't have any knowledge about the architecture, but I also learned a lot from her director's sharing. And we get closer to the Mother Nature and get closer to the architecture. And there's an audience says that he watched the walking Dharma 4 times, and every time he watched it, he was very touched. Every day we wake up early in the morning and listening to the Dharma teaching, and it's very grateful. And I'm very grateful I have the opportunity to do the recycling. Emily Guo, share from Canada. After listening to the director Luo, I wanted to get enough sleep and sleep well at night. I know how important it is and how much the impact it will create in our physical body. And it's from City, it's from Beijing. And I will return back to the regular routine for my daily activities. So there's an audience feedback. I'm very grateful. I will go to bed at the proper hour. Thank you, Dr. Luo. It is very important for me from the feedback is from Malaysia. And Sister Effie.
extensive and expensive contributions of old Tzu medical doctors. It is an eye-opener, grateful for the knowledge. 的确，我们觉得哈，我们的所有的医院的一个大医王，对我们来讲都是增加我们的知识跟智慧，给我们非常多经验的一个延展哈，所以开我们的眼界哈。那酷炫的就是加拿大说安心睡快乐吃，欢迎笑健康做自在哈。然后这边呢，哦，他希望我跟我一起共勉。他说清早罗副院长分享准时睡觉，白天
The volunteer said that want to share with me that Teacher May, we can all work together to sleep well and get to go to the bed earlier. Now we are going to share the volunteers from Tainan, and they will share their vegetarian diet and propose to the future. Before sharing, when I thought that I have take the opportunities to come here to share the experience, to come to share, and I really learned a lot from the Dr. Luo, and I had a lot worries recently. So now I'm very grateful that I have this opportunities to come and listen to the Dr. Luo's speech. So this year we faced the COVID-19. So I thought that I start to inspire the people to go vegetarian. So I asked the sister to teach other sisters and brothers to make the rice dumplings. But she's very afraid that she didn't have that abilities and experience to do these things. And I encourage her that even though, it's not, we don't need to wait when we have the abilities. So the first time, one sister take us to go to the farm to take the leaf. So I'm not a person who is very familiar about the work in the farm, and so the other sister teach me how to cut the leaf and wash it. You need to use the hammer to fan on the leaf and to make it soft, and then you can take the spark and to wrap the rice dumplings. So you need to boil the rice dumplings and to boil the leaves and then boil it. So the first day we asked sisters to come to wash the leaves. So we pray for to ask for the Buddha to give the blessings and during the work washing the leaves. And the second day we bought the nuts and wash them and then boil them and then froze them. Dr. Luo was surprised, looks very surprised that seems that he didn't know that we need to frozen the nuts. And then we took the nuts out and boil them to make it soft. So we destroy the materials of the nuts and then we can boil to soft. So all the senior citizens comes to help us to make the rice dumplings. And everyone will put on their hats and face masks. And I'm the one who control the time to boil the rice dumplings. When we took out the rice dumplings, if we didn't make it tightly, the rope is like a Dharma, like when we do things in our society, it's like the string is like the Dharma to help us to protect our hearts, to protect our minds during our daily activities, not being affected by things or worries. Thank you, everyone. Dharma Master Zhenyan and families from all over the world. I am Father Xiao Wenjue from Tainan. I'm very grateful to have this opportunities to come here to share our experiences. We are from the Guiren district. We sent meals to the district offices, including Guiren, Guanmiao, Longqi. And the officers said that it's a really good opportunity that we can have this opportunity to share, to have this meal, vegetarian meals. Master Zhenyan told us that, taught us that we should inspire people to go vegetarian. And we also go to the community centers to show our carings about the senior citizens. The ex-officers to encourage the senior citizens to take vegetarian meals and suggest them using reusable containers and tableware to reduce the plastic waste. And also, there is our member for over than 27 years. He thought that it's a really good thing. We should share this concept to our staff and workers in our company. So, right now, they will come to every activities we held recently. It's not easy to inspire people to go vegetarian, but we should inspire their hearts to take a vegetarian meal. There's a volunteer that she's very she devote a lot to put a lot of efforts to help us to encourage or invite people to come to join our activities. So we go to the companies and factories to inspire people there to feel that to be touched by us. So we have already inspired almost over 6,000 people to go vegetarian. And we would like to ask Sister Lu Ai to share her experience with us. Master Zhenyan and all the people and all the family from the all over the world. I heard that Master Zhenyan said that we need to inspire more and more people to go into vegetarian diet. So I take the opportunities while I go into the community to tell them we should take vegetarian meals. There's one member over than 40 years and said that, oh, I can do this with you to share this concept to take vegetarian meals in the community. So we've already invited, on that day, we invite over than 100 people to take vegetarian meals and feel very happy. And we also have people want to donate monthly. There's one citizen in our community said that she wants to do this, to do the same thing, and she would like to go to book ordered 40 lunchbox, vegetarian lunchbox to send into the companies doing at the community, and also send the lunchbox to the citizen, senior citizens. She's very happy while doing this thing. So I use the 照烧 meat to a vegetable meat to share other people, and it is full of proteins, and it's very healthy and very delicious. And so I use that to let people think it's very healthy to take vegetarian vegetable meals. It's very healthy. And so please look at the screen. So if you can see the small screen, can we say the words together, say the sentence together? People are the Master Zheng have also said that there are very, very many kinds was killed every day. So if you can save you can stop eating meals, meat, then you can save a lot of kinds of all kinds of beings.
Let's also save the water resources, so let's also save the water resources and the earth resources. So this is the way for us to save the earth. Thank you very much. We can really save our. Thank you very much, volunteers from Thailand. Thank you so much for the volunteers from Thailand. And now let's go to the last unit, and we are going to go to the preach of Master Zheng Yan, and let's have a Xue Yu, please. Ladies and gentlemen, today, and for the final part, is the preach of Master Zheng Yan. And today, I'd like to share with you that, Master Zheng Yan really goes to the different stations throughout. So let's say, let's mitigate the disasters, and there's nothing useless, and everybody in the world are so useful and helpful. So we can really recycle all materials, and we can really do the best use on them. And if we don't dump the garbages and take them as resources, very precious resources, then we can last their lives as human beings. And we are just like ants, climbing up the Sumaru mountain, and we are really on the way to Bodhisattva path, right? So let's go to Gangshan with Mr. Zheng Yan to the Gangshan recycling station. Mr. Zheng Yan, okay, this year I'm only 31 years old, and I will seize my time and do the recycling. And because doing recycling makes me healthy and happy. And Tzu volunteers don't say they are old because they have deposited 50 years of their age in my bank, in my treasury bank. And this group of the people, they are so willing to devote themselves, loving our earth and cherishing our resources and do the recycling jobs. And when I see my disciples, they are aged and they also exert their life experience that accumulated, from all over their experience. And the vanguard is really good use, okay? And you see the sponge and they are also recycled. And they form the dancing lions as a welcome of my arrival. It is really good. And I'm happy to walk into the recycling station and I witnessed every stop of the recycling station and they really pile up all the materials really neatly. And if I don't do this jobs, and who could just do this? And my wife have been stepping into Tzu over 10 years. And I'm healthy and he's well and he's healthy. So we are both healthy. So we are just like a wisdom and the blessings, okay, both in Tzu recycling station. The consciousness of recycling is, also a kind of a care in the blessing. And if you take care of the people, and this is a blessing for people. Thank you, Mr. Zheng Yan, for her speech, for her preach. And if we can really prolong the materials life, and this is gonna be good, and we see the energetic, you know, happiness within the recycling station. I think this is really important for us to cultivate the blessings. All right, and let's come together and read Mr. Zheng Yan's preach, and let's mitigate the disasters, and we can do all the good deeds through our daily life when we walk, when we are dressed up, and when we live, and when we walk, and faced with the climate which is changing, which changes really faster, then we really have to change our attitude. And we can just do the recycling through our clapping hands, right? And the recycling is important, and the soul is the recycling inside our mind. So if we can bend over and do the recycling, and we have also stretch out and talk about the recycling, and we have to take vegetarianism, and we have to maintain a good heart and make our world beautiful. And we wish everybody well and healthy and good.
那这边呢，我
Thank
们
you.
的直播回应在最后了。我们其实很多没有
And
报名
at
电
the
话，但是
last
会帮
part,
大家做回应。
I
我
can
们这
read
边
all the
的
messages
J
one
J 他
by
就说，
one,
任
and
何
we have
关
a
于呢
big,
卢
big,
长子导演
and
的导演
and
名的访思，感恩
director
祝
Chen
福。
is
那
really
马来西亚
great.
的丽娟
All
在
right,
台湾
and
看了
we have
2次的
DJ
影
from
城，感
Malaysia,
动之余呢，
and
如如
she
此
is
的出
really
色的
touched
心
when
境，
she was in
想自己
Taiwan,
不
and
断
she
的看
wanna
到
be
自
more
己未来的
diligent
成长 back
on the
to the
Dharma
future 哈。
evolving.
那
Okay,
丽
for
娟
the
呢跟唐
future.
家师兄说
And
服是
Li Jun
马来
and
西亚
his
马来
wife
西
and
亚
her
讲不到
wife,
的视讯连
okay,
线的嘉宾
will
了哈。
be our
那
guests through
我
video
的手机
conference
竟然
next
宕
week.
机，
I'm sorry, my cell phone shut down.
OK。 啊，这
Okay,
网络很好，但是
yeah,
让我们
internet
觉
is
得
good,
要去挑战的事情非常的
and
多。
it is
好，
also
这边
challenging
我们的
thing
Lily
for
她说有
us.
看过如常，非
We
常
have a
赞叹，
Vivi, and she
是
said that
很
she
有
watched it
对照顾
working
我的用
Dharma
心，
many
坚持到
times,
最后，
and
希望也能
it
谢
is
谢大家
really
的一个支
astonishing
持。
for
然
her,
后上面
and
这
she
个
want
四
to
代
encourage
金
her
钟虎
family
生命
members
文
coming
学
into
杠夫
Tsuji.
受奖。
All right,
其实
okay.
陈导演
And
我觉
one
得
more
最大
message
收获
says that
对对对，当然得
Director
奖更
Chen
好，
was
不过我不小
nominated,
心看
but
到入围哈，心情会比较
it
激
is
动。
a
入
way
围就
of
是很好，
being
我就肯定祝
awarded.
福下一次
This is
入
great, all
围，
right.
真正
And
如愿实现
next
获
time,
奖。
I wish you will be,
好，
awarded
所以呢，
next time.
这
Okay.
边的 B 就说期待导
So
演继
here we
续
have a
说
BU,
真
and
实的
she
故
is
事，
back
继
to,
续发更多
Director
好作
Chen.
品
to tell more good stories through her lens, right? And we witnessed the impermanence, so we have to keep a mind with gratitude. We also have a home page that we accompany life through our lives, and we have Liu Zunzi from Changchun, and it is happy and it's great to have them on here. And we have all the dharmas like all around the world, and we can really do it through through our actions, and we will have the Tzu Dharma schools right there, and we can spread the Dharma all over the world. And we have a vice independent law, and she says that this is going to be great message for us. And yeah, and we have a room designer, and she says that yes, the specialty of all the buildings are really a good topic for us, and the good buildings are really symbolic meaning toward our technology and our cultural life, right? And we have to bring our places, and we can coexist with nature. And we will we also have a Canadian guest that says that we have squirrels and other insects living with us. And we have a Shijing, from North California, okay, because she lives in a very beautiful house, therefore she has such effects right there. And we also see like a symmetric and a symbolic effect there, and it is really good that we have a good buildings, and they are the positive feedbacks to Director Chen Zhian, and this is good. And we have to be eco-friendly, and we have to preserve the nature. And the director really, guide us to know more about our surroundings, and we are very thankful to her. We really look forward to going to Yilan next time. Okay, thank you, Director Chen. This is, by Lina. Okay, and let's go back here. And we have like a mini amplifier. It is designed to just play Master Zheng Yan's voice and her preachers right here. And right here, and in my hand, and we have the disc, talking about the Buddha's whole lifetime here, and it includes also the voices that we are going to perform this year. And if you have ordered them, then maybe you can just pay some attention to us. Besides, we also have a lot of powders that can bring you good life and healthy, body. And we also have the instant noodles, and we have the ginger, and we have the turmeric powder here. And when we see, everything, and it is a good affinity. And if you feel lucky, then you have to work on Tzu Bodhisattva path more diligently. And next week, and then we have a Shalom, okay? And we will have entrepreneurs from Malaysia. And we also will have Sijing and Wenjing and from North California in the United States. And on October 14th, and we will have the vice, okay? We will have the deputy director, okay? So we also have a police team from Taipei, and we also have a study group from Dai TV. Okay. So on October 28th, and we have the endless happiness. Okay, on that day, and on November 4th, and we will have a very good topic about the good diet attitude. Okay, so we have a lot of good lectures and presentations. Okay, also on November 4th, we also have a captain on the flight and showing us a very great topic. Okay, so we have a great technology, and we hope to see you every Wednesday morning, because we have a positive energies and when we are all together. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, palm together, 3 bows toward the Master Zheng Yan, and first bow, second bow, third bow. Well, that's a wave goodbye.
师姐，还有远在美国的纪瑶师姐，还有家里的谢师兄，
敬爱的上人，金色师父，全球。